Hi guys, and welcome to a rather busy workshop today. If you've watched my previous videos, then maybe you may be wondering, there have been lots of questions and comments regarding my bike and equipment choices. And some of you probably think that I'm some kind of millionaire who just splashes cash on everything and buys the most expensive and most blink stuff there is on the market. So today I'd really like to talk you through my bikes once again in kind of a different manner, because in reality I'm just another bicycle rider and racer, and I also want the highest possible performance for the least amount of money, like many of you watching this right now. So let's just start with my road bike and the frame itself. Now, of course, I am lucky enough to be able to get my hands on these pretty high-end equipment, but that's really just for performance and not to show off or any other thing like that. Let's start with the track frame. Of course, this is a Madone Project One super special high-end frame, but if you imagine that it costs around, let's say, 5,000 euros or something like that, there are many custom titanium or maybe carbon frames from Sarto, from Lightweight, from Argonaut, and many others that are much more expensive than that. Even mass-produced brands like Cervelo with their RCA, with their $7,000 frame, and bear in mind that's just a bare frame in a fork. This one includes the handlebars, the brakes, the seat post, and some other details, the chain catcher as well, and has much better performance, much better aerodynamics, comparable weight, and excellent ride quality and stiffness. So if you take that into consideration, then it's starting to look like a bit of a bargain, because, well, you're not very less likely to win a race in a super customized Festka with titanium tubes and carbon lugs, even though it's much more expensive. Then if you get onto the group set, again, this is a high-end top of the range electronic group set, but then again, this is the cheapest high-end top of the range electronic group set available, and it also is the lightest and probably the most modern in that sense. Where I live, a Campagnolo Super Record EPS set costs around 70% more than this Ramrad ETAP group set. So again, I chose what's the most sensible in terms of performance and what's going to, well, last me the longest in terms of being outdated. So it's quite future-proof, same as the frame itself. I bought it when it came out, again just for additional future-proofing, so I don't need to change my frame every half a year or so. Then if you get to the power meter, this is a Quark D0, and again it's just excellent value for money at a really high performance. If I were to buy an SRM, that's an equivalent SRAM setup, it would cost, I think, around 3,000 euros or so, 2,500 at least, and it would be heavier. It would be lacking firmware updates and diagnosis tools through Bluetooth connectivity at all, use a replaceable battery, and accelerometer, measured cadence. So a lot of features lacking in there despite the huge price. So again, Quark budget value option, even though it's quite expensive still and very high performance. Actually, it's nowadays it's even better value than a Stages power crank, because, well, you'd have to get a separate crank first to get your stages on it. Then of course, wheel wise, right now I have the MVs in, or you may have seen my other wheels, the Zips or such, but these are all meticulously designed in the wind tunnel by aerodynamics experts, and they're not designed for the lightest weight possible. They're rugged, durable, and can be raced and ridden every day of the year, and that's why I like them. If I were to buy a lightweight wheel set, should I say, it would cost roughly twice as much. Okay, it will be a lot lighter, that's true, but a lighter bike isn't a faster bike in most cases. It won't be as aerodynamic, it won't be as durable, it won't be rebuildable at all, it won't have an extremely good braking surface, and it won't provide any more performance, this bike costing twice as much. So overall, this bike could be a lot more expensive and a lot worse at the same time. Now, yeah, you might agree that I have the ceramic speed stuff on there. Well, that's just to maximize the performance from the money I've saved on buying these, well, should I say, performance options instead of the bling options. One really boutique part, and probably the only one I have on here, is dash saddle, and I chose this because, yeah, it's very light. It can be custom made to match your frame like I have here, but most importantly, it really suits my shape, both on my TT bike and on this road bike, and I think that's quite important. And of course you can buy an expensive saddle because it will fit any bike, so that's not really a thing that's gonna wear out or going to be outdated anytime soon, so no problems with that. And the same goes with pedals. Basically, these are the Speedplate titanium models. I could have gotten the nanograms, which are a couple of grams lighter, but I didn't, because yeah, I couldn't find it really sensible to do so. My TT bike has a lot more custom one-off parts, but neither of them is for bling, and all of them are there to aid performance. So that goes for the custom armrests, the custom bar plug, bar tape, and the custom chainring. But yet again, these still aren't expensive upgrades. Like, I could have gotten a lightweight Autobahn disc on there, on the front as well. So these will be much more expensive upgrades with no real effect on performance, or no real positive effect on performance, should I say. And of course I still have a mechanical 1x system, which costs still just 1/3 of the cheapest electronic high-end group set. So yeah, that's another budget option, but very performance oriented. Yeah, so this is basically these thoughts came just yesterday, so I really wanted to share these with you to get my perspective of, well, build specs on my bikes, because really I'm just a regular person like you, trying to find the best performance out there. And the reason why I do this, well, there are a couple. First, I want to spread the image of cycling, and to do that you need to look quite professional, you need to ride fast and be fit in order to people really acknowledge you as a good cyclist, and I want them to think that cycling is something cool that they could take up on to get healthy and fit. And for the second part, I haven't been cycling for too long, and I really don't want my equipment to be holding back. I want my results to depend just and only on me and how fit I am, and that gives me all the motivation. Okay guys, I think that's all for today. Sharing my thoughts on my bikes. If If you'd like to know more technical details about them, then don't forget to tune in to my channel and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.